pace last season, so we'll get another look at Russell Westbrook in a Rocket uniform. Westbrook in that first game, 13 points on 4 of 10 shooting. James Harden, like you mentioned, had 21 points after 1 quarter of play. Played 3 quarters. He has been on a roll here in the preseason, 71 points over his last 2 games. And for the Rockets, just trying to find the right depth pieces here this preseason, trying to fill out the final spots on the roster. Raptors, meanwhile, reigning NBA champs, 58 wins a season ago, but a lot of work to do with Kawhi Leonard not in the picture, and trying to see what works as they begin a title defense with
cleaner pastures. But now that they're both playing together again, I think their skill set is really suited for one another in that they need pace. You go out and get a guy who played on the team with the 6th fastest pace in the NBA last year. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder. So you bring in a guy like Russell to pick up the pace. And then I'm of the belief that they can play together in the backcourt, whoever has the basketball. I'm curious to see whether or not they give it to Russell Westbrook sometimes, because people are under the thought that James Harden cannot shoot standstill jump shots. That is not the case. He surely does like that step back and that side step, and he can knock you down, he can break you down in an ISO situation. But you can also shoot 40% from catch and shoot. Since he's been a Rocket, he's made 391 of those, so he's certainly capable of catching it off of Russell's passes.
You know, you take a look at some of the offseason tag teams that sort of formed specifically in the Western Conference. LeBron and Anthony Davis in LA with the Lakers, and then with the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and then you have James Harden, Russell Westbrook coming together. And Westbrook, quick to point out, that was the only tandem that drew a lot of negative criticism when they first came together. And he said, you know what, if that happens now, if you're getting those negative comments and you think, and then maybe they won't work together, that shows you that 2 people are doing something great.
Yeah, no, and I think there's a challenge in front of them, but there's only one thing left for all of these guys to do. When you think about Mike D'Antoni on down, James Harden, he's won an MVP. He's got all the individual accolades. Russell Westbrook has gotten himself an MVP. He's had all the individual accolades. The only thing left to do, and with Mike D'Antoni coming close a number of years ago, is to win a championship. So I think all 3 of those guys have that underlying motivation through this season. It's going to be interesting to see how it manifests itself moving forward.
Mike D'Antoni, 4th season here as the Rockets head coach. A .557 winning percentage in 16 seasons as a head coach here in the NBA. And these 2 teams playing these 2 exhibition games. Last night they were out at the arena as well for a fan appreciation night. A lot of festivities and interactions with the fans here in Tokyo as the NBA puts on the show when it goes global, that is for sure. The Rockets finishing last season 53-29. It's 13 straight seasons with a regular season finish of 500 or better. And didn't look that way after that first month or so. An 11-14 start to the season. They went on a tear after that first month, really found themselves.
Well, I think, again, you're incorporating new players into a system. The terminology is different. The role you might have had in a previous situation might also have been altered. So there's an adjustment on the guys who are coming in. There's an adjustment on the guys already there, having to assimilate the new guys in. So no surprise. I imagine the Lakers, perhaps, and other teams might have some stumbling blocks. Not trying to just single out the Lakers, but the Brooklyn Nets may have a